because I didn't think much of myself. And so the world didn't think much of me.
Jennifer Lopez will soon be a 4-time divorced woman. Do you believe the insane rumor that Sean Diddy Combs could be responsible for 2 of J-Lo's divorces? The reason why people think this is seriously crazy, so let's break it down. In September 2024, News Nation reported the allegation from a source with indirect and unconfirmed knowledge. This source claimed that the FBI gave Ben Affleck some key evidence when they raided Diddy's mansions earlier this year. News Nation also named their source, which is important because the source can't stand Diddy. Like Diddy, Suge Knight is a former rap mogul. He is from the West Coast and was the CEO of his own record label. In the 1990s, Suge's label was involved in a hip-hop war with East Coast rappers on Diddy's label, Bad Boy Records. While the rivalry played out in music, it also spilled onto the streets and ended the lives of 2 great rappers. West Coast rapper Tupac Shakur and East Coast rapper Biggie Smalls passed away violently within months of each other. It's obvious that Suge Knight still wants to get back at Diddy. Again, just like Diddy, Suge Knight is currently behind bars. He got convicted of a fatal hit and run in 2015, as confirmed by News Nation. Now that Bennifer 2.0 is officially over, the internet is running wild with rumors about why they broke up. J-Lo's alleged desperate obsession with fame is being blamed, as is Ben's moodiness and stubborn need for privacy. But if you listen to Suge Knight's side of the story, it's actually Diddy who's to blame. Suge Knight is getting a lot of media attention right now because he started a podcast in jail. It's called Collect Calls with Suge Knight, and he started a conspiracy theory about J-Lo's divorce in a recent episode. It's not the first time that Suge Knight threw major incriminating shade at Diddy. He also has strong opinions on Diddy's lawsuit, and he went into shocking detail about Diddy's faults on another episode of his podcast. But this story is all about J-Lo and Suge Knight's allegations that she appeared in tapes the FBI seized during those Diddy mansion raids. Suge Knight's conspiracy theory is that those tapes ended up in Ben's hands, putting the final nail in the coffin on his brief marriage to J-Lo. Suge Knight still calls Diddy by his 90s rap nickname, Puffy. On his podcast, he recalled the twisted romance between Diddy and J-Lo. He gave the backstory of a shocking incident in 1999 where Diddy and J-Lo were together at a nightclub. Allegedly, Diddy got involved in a fight and weapons appeared. Then Suge Knight talked about the raids on Diddy's mansion. His conspiracy theory is that the FBI got all these videos of J-Lo doing this and J-Lo doing that. Suge Knight's unproven opinion is that J-Lo lied on those tapes. He alleged that Diddy's bodyguard, Moses Shine Barrow, covered for Diddy during the violent nightclub incident. Suge even claims that Moses took the fall for Diddy. J-Lo was indeed detained by law enforcement following the nightclub incident with Diddy. She allegedly bawled for 24 hours straight in a holding cell. What's unproven is Suge Knight's allegation that J-Lo gave false evidence to authorities. Still, Suge Knight claimed on his podcast that J-Lo lied and said that the firearm was Shine's. Suge further alleged that J-Lo is partially responsible for sending that man to prison, destroying his life when she knew the weapon was Puffy's. After laying the groundwork for his conspiracy theory, Suge Knight mentioned Ben indirectly, but in a shocking way. He claimed that he was quite sure that they probably called someone after the Diddy raids. By they, Suge Knight meant the FBI. His theory is that the FBI called a white man with respect in the white world. Again, Suge Knight claimed to be quite sure that the FBI told Ben, "We want to show you some things about your wife." But that wasn't the only unproven allegation that Suge Knight was quite sure about. He also claimed to know why Ben turned on his marriage. First, Ben would allegedly have discovered that J-Lo was more involved in Diddy's scandals than everyone thought. Suge Knight was sure that would be a marriage deal breaker for Ben because he had a good life and came from great parents. He believed that Ben doesn't have a reputation for tripping off paparazzi, which isn't exactly true. Suge Knight said that Ben was living his life with his own team. Then he threw more shade at J-Lo. Suge Knight said that J-Lo brought all that extra stuff out and Ben wanted out. Here's another side of the story. Ben created serious drama in September 2024 when he was pictured at a restaurant with J-Lo and allegedly couldn't keep his hands off her. Page 6 got the exclusive on September 16th, and their source dropped a bombshell about Ben, who's allegedly concerned about his reputation taking a hit because of this divorce. Yes, it's generally true that Ben detests the paparazzi. However, on this occasion, the source alleged that Ben wanted to meet his estranged wife at the Beverly Hills Hotel to show that they are friends and get their their pictures taken. On October 23rd, Page 6 really dug up the dirt from J-Lo's romantic past. This had to do with another Diddy rumor. If you can believe this, J-Lo's very first ex-husband was also blaming Diddy for his divorce from J-Lo. J-Lo was married to Ojani Noah for barely a year between 1997 and 1998. Page 6 reported that Ojani recently appeared on a Spanish-speaking video channel called Despierta America, and he lifted the lid on the demise of his short-lived marriage. Was Ojani speaking his real truth or looking for public sympathy? Page 6 described how Ojani declared that part of his divorce was Diddy's fault. Ojani dropped some bombshell evidence. He claimed that the deception and lies in his marriage to J-Lo started after she signed to Sony Records to make her first album on the 6th. Ojani revealed that J-Lo got paid millions, but he wasn't just blaming the money. For Ojani, the separation started between him and J-Lo when Puffy got brought in to produce several tracks on J-Lo's album. He mentioned how J-Lo was between Miami and New York working on the album, while Ojani was working hard in Los Angeles opening up his restaurant. Ojani made it sound like he tried his best. He said, "When I could, I would go be with her." However, Ojani claimed that the distance between him and J-Lo was too much, and Diddy allegedly took advantage of J-Lo's separation from Ojani to work on his deception. Does Ojani still have feelings for J-Lo? The truth is unclear, but he's angry at how the divorce played out, and he said that it negatively affected his career. Shockingly, Ojani claimed that J-Lo sabotaged his chance at several jobs during their divorce. He asked J-Lo, "What did I do to you so that you have taken me to court?" Ojani accused J-Lo of accusing him and creating false things about him. Ojani even alleged that J-Lo called several companies to throw him out, and worse, he claimed that he was unable to get TV gigs from different networks. It's 2024, and Ojani still wants answers from J-Lo. On Despierta America, it sounded like he was speaking right to J-Lo and telling her what she had to do. First, Ojani asked J-Lo why she allegedly did those things to him when he did nothing to deserve it. Then he told the interviewer, "Let her tell the truth. Let her tell everything that happened." Shockingly, J-Lo admitted some embarrassing things about her first marriage and quick divorce from Ojani. In 2019, People spilled the tea. Whether she meant to throw major shade at her first husband in that article, J-Lo claimed that her first two marriages didn't really count. Her second husband was backup dancer Chris Judd. They were married between 2001 and 2003. J-Lo did the math with People, and then she revealed her excuse. She claimed her marriage to Ojani was only 9 months, and her marriage to Chris was 11 months. J-Lo said, "So I don't really count those." J-Lo tried to explain it more, saying that she was very young the first 2 times she tried to get married. People wrote that J-Lo laughed and said that she deliberately meant to say tried to get married. But anyway, what do you guys think about all this? Is Diddy really to blame for 2 of J-Lo's divorces? Let me know in the comments below.